Hello everybody and welcome back. This is my preview for the French Open final tomorrow between Rafael Nadal and Dominic Thiem. Thiem just finished his match against Novak Djokovic in a fifth set decider. That was very good match from Dominic Thiem. And because of the rain delay, the match was finished today after just another interruption. And today Dominic, and yesterday he was the better player in the whole match. He wanted to win more than Novak Djokovic. Djokovic, in my opinion, played almost like he always did, but was too passive. And Dominic Thiem played very solid with his ground strokes. Of course, he dipped a little bit also. He lost 2 sets against Novak, but generally, Dominic Thiem was the better player today because I think he was more braver than Novak Djokovic. And this match had some crucial moments. And Dominic was on the verge of collapsing or choking in this match when he had the chance to serve home the match at 5-4. And he came back again after Novak broke him, because Novak made some unexpected, unforced errors. That is not like him, but in the end, Dominic Thiem got rewarded with this final spot that he has been for the second consecutive year. His second Grand Slam final totally. And this proves that Dominic Thiem is the second best clay court player nowadays. Actually, since last year, we can say, because he's been very consistent on the clay court. He has won a couple of titles. He is always there to count on. And before this tournament, Dominic Thiem was one of 3 players that had the chance to reach the finals in almost everybody's prediction before this event. So he has done a very good job. It means that he is more consistent than before, because since 2017 he has been very solid on the clay court. So this victory against Novak proves that he's the second best player, like he has been for the last 2 years. And what can we tell about Djokovic's performance? Obviously, the rain and the wind conditions bothered him. He got off rhythm sometimes. And Dominic played well with his heavy ground strokes, with his power tennis, with his shot, creating angles from different corners around the court. He's a tricky opponent, Dominic Thiem. He uses all his game intelligence on clay, and that works because clay, you can play different from the angles, from the lines. It's very different to other surfaces. And you have time to create all these shots. And Novak, unfortunately, didn't make it to the final like I predicted, because he's the only man everybody thought that can give Rafael Nadal a chance. And since they have been playing for 4 straight days, both Dominic and Djokovic are a little more tired than Rafael Nadal. But I don't see how Dominic Thiem is gonna win against Rafael Nadal. It's not a mission impossible, but Rafa is the clear favorite. 12 finals now, 11 titles before, without even getting close to lose the title. He has been the best player on clay court the last 12 years. From the beginning of the start of his career until today, he is the best clay court player. without the shadow of a doubt. That's not under discussion. Rafael always does the job. Everybody knew that this final was booked for Nadal. He didn't have any threats in his half of a draw. His first real test was probably Roger Federer, but everybody know that he has won all of his battle against Roger, and he did this time also in convincing style, even though Roger played good for 1.5 set in my opinion. And then it was as usual. Nadal ate him from the baseline and won the match very, very fair, to be honest. There was no doubt about that victory. Dominic Thiem has improved a lot. He's physically fit and well-trained athlete. He's one of the few up there that can keep up playing for several hours. He can play for several hours, but the point is, can he keep the level on court high as is necessary against Rafael Nadal? Because we all know Rafael Nadal. You have to play from the start to the end. You have to play like it's a match pawn. You have to play like him. You can't choke, you can't have dips. If you have one short dip, you will lose the set. It's enough with one break or 2 breaks, and then you're done against Rafael Nadal. Against Rafael Nadal, he has to create his mix of shots. He has to use his power tennis. He has to be top all the time in this Grand Slam final. And that is the hardest thing and the toughest task for everybody, to beat Rafael Nadal on the courts of Roland Garros. That nobody has done before in a final. So I don't expect him. Even he had one. If he would have a 1 day rest, I wouldn't give him any chance anyway. I really, really hope that Dominic Thiem can produce some dream tennis. Maybe without the rain delay or something like that. That he has his rhythm all the time. He will strike the ball hard, make Rafa work. But on the other hand, Nadal is the executor. He will take his opportunity. That is nothing that is we don't know. Rafa will execute every point that he get a chance. If he runs to a drop shot, he will probably win the next point at net. He would dominate from the baseline, I think. Thiem is a hard man to deal with also at the baseline. So these two guys have been meeting for, I think this their 11th time on clay. And Rafa is up 7-4. So he has a chance in the free setters that has been winning over Rafa previously, but Grand Slam, he have lost the previous meetings. I think it's 3 meetings before at Roland Garros, and Rafa have won all of them without dropping a set. So I look it like it's a mission impossible, really, because Thiem will dip sooner or later in the match, and Rafa will take advantage of that. So he has to be sharp from the beginning. Very, very sharp, and don't let anything come in his way. And Novak today played. His loss today reminded me of the loss that he had against Stan Wawrinka in the 2050 final, where he played good from the beginning, but it was opposite because Thiem won the first set. But he didn't attack so much. That's Novak's game style. Defender by heart with an attacker's game plan. Novak is always waiting for the opponent to make his unforced error often. And he did that clearly today and yesterday against Dominic Thiem. But Thiem is such a solid player that he didn't dip too much and didn't make unbelievably too much unforced error. And he was much braver at the crucial points, even though he was very close to choking in the fifth set there, where he had the chance to serve for the match. So overall, the match was a very enjoyable match with many good points, especially by Dominic Thiem. A different kind of shots from every angle, from the net, drop shots. Even I think it was a tweener, or was it the match before? But big congratulations to Dominic Thiem. But I don't know how he's gonna beat Nadal. So I don't want to say just give Nadal the trophy. He will earn it for sure. He's gonna come out tomorrow like he always does for the 12th time in the final with all his confidence, with his game style, with his routines. So he's Roland Garros is Rafael Nadal's living room. He has the keys in his hand, but the keys is very difficult to take from him. Someday, maybe someone will take the keys from him. Maybe it's Thiem, but I don't think he will do that this year. Because you can't give enough anything for free. And that's a matter of consistency, to be consistent. And can Dominic Thiem be consistent for 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 in worst case? No, I don't think so. He can play. He has the physique, everything. He has everything that makes him the ultimate clay player. But unfortunately, he has the prototype against him at the other side of the net. Because Nadal is Nadal. No matter what court he plays like it's a match point. So this match is very predictable in my opinion. So we just have to watch and see if Thiem can do something, or can Nadal dip for the first time in his career in a clay court final at French Open? I don't think so. So may the best man win tomorrow. Thanks for listening again. This video is a little shorter than the other ones. Some of the words was kept stuck into my head, so I basically wanted to say that Thiem made a solid match against Djoko. His game plan worked. He didn't give Djokovic the chance to take the lead. He was in the lead all the time. And his chances against Rafael Nadal, as I explained before, and as you maybe know yourself, if you're a real tennis nerd like me, you know that Rafa don't give away anything for free. So if you want to win against Nadal, you have to play boom boom or pang pang tennis. First strike, hard balls. Make Rafa uncomfortable. Don't give him time. Then you can probably take 1 or maybe 2 sets. And it will be wonderful for every tennis lover except the Nadal fans, of course, if we can see a new winner in this event that we haven't seen for a very, very long time, since Djoko won, and between that it was Stan Wawrinka and Roger Federer. So I'm not excited about the final tomorrow, actually. I know that Rafa's gonna win. But the problem is, how much can Dominic Thiem give him a match? That's the question. Some of you say maybe Dominic can win. I wish that he can win, but it's gonna be a very tough task for him. All right, my friends, that's for me to now. Have a nice day. Take care. Enjoy the final. Bye.